Your Midco Sports Network game recap here at Frost Arena. Sunday afternoon, South Dakota State continues to pound people in women's basketball here on their home floor. Greg Steeman, 89-68. They win this one by 21 over Fort Wayne, and just rolling right now, the Jackrabbits are.
They really are. Impressive team defensive performance, even though they jumped out to 53 or 54 points. I don't remember what it was in the first half.
54, yes.
A lot of that was just a result of their half-court defense. They made things so difficult for Fort Wayne. Credit to them, and that fed their offensive success.
And South Dakota State shot it very well themselves in the first 20 minutes. They get out to a 22-point lead. Carrie Young got them going early, hit a three, and then that runner. Haley Seibert, another good game for her. She ends up with 18, but the Jacks pretty much held her and everybody else in check. Megan Wojtaszek doing her thing before she was injured in the second half of this game. But senior leading them as she normally does. Lots of scrapping, lots of turnovers, lots of going back and forth. Camilla Carter getting to the rim here for Fort Wayne.
That was an adventure for Fort Wayne offensively. They struggled so much the number of times they got below or right at the end of the shot clock. But Clarissa Ober, what a great first half for her, as she ends up with a career high in the first half alone. Missed her first shot, that didn't miss the rest of the game after that.
Ober had 14 in the first half. Mariah Claren with 8 in that first half. Carter hit a couple of driving layups, but 54-32. It was a Jackrabbit 22-point lead. Most points South Dakota State had scored in about a year and a half since they played Penn State here and scored 55 against the top 15 team there, but 54-32 at halftime. And then we get into the second half. And Fort Wayne made a run early in the second half. They came out, hit 3 threes in the first 3 minutes. Hagerman got that one off the glass. Kashira McCarver knocked down a 3. Haley Seibert hit another one in this run, too, to get it within 14. But Ellie Thompson played well, going from the top of the circle, driving it to the basket. She had 13 for the Jackrabbits, and when she wasn't doing that, she was setting up other people. Macy Miller knocking down a 3.
Yeah, finding teammates. Seibert gets one of her few good looks and makes South Dakota State pay. And Fort Wayne would go on these little mini runs, but here we see Ober in transition. I think the closest it ever got was 14, and then South Dakota State, as we mentioned, wins going away.
Fort Wayne, again, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They make 10 threes in the ball game, and they force 23 South Dakota State turnovers. Fort Wayne had 17 steals as part of those 23 turnovers for the Jacks, but South Dakota State has been able to overcome huge turnover numbers in some of these games and still win.
Yeah, and that's something that if they can, cut by 5 or 6, it just makes them that much more dangerous. But I think they're an extremely well-rounded team. Let's hope for Megan Wojtaszek's sake that she's okay, that she can come back from what is hopefully not a serious knee injury, and that they can have at least at this point in time, their full complement of players down the stretch.
All right, South Dakota State with 6 more games left in the Summit League regular season. They play at Denver this week on Wednesday. See if they can repeat what they've done here at home. On the road, South Dakota State beats Fort Wayne here in Brookings on Sunday. 89-68 is the final, and that is your Midco Sports Network game recap.